This is a pretty funny tweet, where this one tweet is saying, just remembering a D&D campaign I played where one of the players refused to loot anything or anyone, would take no treasure from an enemy or dungeon. It was subtle, we didn't notice at first. Finally we asked, what was up? Heroes don't steal from the dead. And I said, it fucked us up. And then this reply is, I guess heroes don't gotta pay bills or buy spell components either. Potions aren't free, guys. Well, they're free on dead guys, but you know what I'm saying?
Yes, they are. Okay, so I am clipping like a son of a bitch. All right. Let's go down. Go down here. Okay, so...
I do like that. I do like how that would go over in our group or whatever. They'd be like, heroes don't steal from the dead. Heroes? where do you think you are?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that wouldn't fly with our group.
I mean, if you don't want to steal from the dead, I'm fine with that. More treasure for me.
Yeah.
I'm one of the more heroic in our group, and I hide under children's beds.
Depends on which character. Your heroicness varies wildly depending on the character.
True. I mean, the Cavalier is pretty heroic.
I mean, if anything...
Ditz, but heroic.
If anything, my skull is a form of heroism. I am protecting the weak with my might. The weak is just throws in the party.
All right. Well, I got a beer for this one. I'm assuming I'll need it.
So one thing that we did discuss a little bit is that these episodes are getting dense. We talked about it on the ride over, and we'll expand on that. But yeah, there's a lot more stuff happening now than just like assholes and rollerblades.
Yeah, it's like we were saying, it's like they had a bunch of stories all ready to go, and then it's like, oh, we don't know if we're gonna have enough episodes to use all those. We don't know if we're gonna get renewed or anything.
So did they just start adding B plots and bullshit, or?
Well, like that, basically.
Yeah, because this is we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. This is another episode where there's two separate cases being worked at once.
Mm-hmm. So it's like you could make two episodes out of this.
Yeah,
oh.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So this one cold open. Again, it's another cold open with real Baywatch doing their shit first.
Yeah, starring real Baywatch.
Yeah,
actual Baywatch.
Yeah. There's a boat fire, and one Baywatch dude pulls up, and they're like, a
couple people have already gotten off the boat.
There's two people.
They're sitting in an emergency raft.
I thought they were a couple at first, but it turns out that they're brother and sister.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they were inside each other. No.
Yeah, they were just making out. No.
They were just making out while a boat was burning. Yeah. No. It sort of seems like they're a couple at first.
Why do we bang while our boat is burning?
I was thinking about how to integrate that too, and I just couldn't get it.
No, that's my job.
He's right.
And they're like, he's still inside, and so the Baywatch guy gets over to that boat. It's still on fire because they're in like a dinghy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a little emergency raft type thing.
Yeah. And he runs in there. It's all smoky. He visibly looks around.
It's not a big boat.
It's not a big boat at all. No.
It's like one cabin area, basically.
And there's a head
and a bathroom.
Yeah. And so he pokes his head in there, looks, comes back. Guy's like, no, you're not in there. It's like, he's in there, and he's like, no, I look, and then he's gotta get off the boat because it's dangerous.
It's on fire.
Yeah. The boat goes down. A second Baywatch boat pulls up.
And the people are still screaming that there's still a dude.
Yeah. And the other guy, so I didn't recognize the first guy from Baywatch, but I didn't watch a ton of Baywatch. The second guy I did recognize.
Oh, okay.
He was the bald guy with the mustache who was an actual lifeguard. He was like the guy who was like semi-inspired.
The legitimate guy.
Yeah, he's the guy who was supposed to be like the Hoff in real life. And he played in Baywatch. I remember him because I was like, why is this weird bald dude with a mustache around? He looks like a principal.
He does. He kind of does.
He shows up. He's like, so he asked the other lifeguard, like, okay, so what's the deal? Is he on there or not? He's like, and the guy's like, I checked. He's not on there. And they're like, please, you gotta check. He's down there. And so they grab some little air cans.
A little rebreather thing. Type thing.
Yeah, go down. And the boat's fully underwater now. They dive down there. They get inside the boat. Once again, they kind of look around. They don't see anything, and then the first guy,
check the bathroom and everything.
yeah, and then the first guy like turns to look at the other guy, and he sees floating above,
like up against the ceiling because
Yeah.
he's underwater,
Yeah.
floating.
is the dead guy.
And he lets out a dramatic underwater.
Yeah, he goes,
scream.
"Ah!" Yeah,
Yeah,
and then then it cuts to the credits, and then they did a really weird thing. Where then it goes back to that cold open scene after the credits, but only for like 30 seconds.
yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, it's like they had a cold open time limit and they hit it, and they're like, okay, we got to add the credits now.
Yeah.
Legally, we have to have the credits before this amount of time, but like we can't cut the scene any shorter. It's the only way we can get the episode to the right length.
Apparently.
Yeah, so they come back and they're like.
That or the editor just went a little bit too far and just didn't rewatch his edit.
Or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really weird.
It is just
They
weird.
cut back for a few seconds, and the couple screaming at him, like, you're responsible for why he's dead. We told you he was on the boat. And boom, cut away to the next scene.
Yeah.
It was a really weird thing. So then cuts to Angie and Ellerby.
And again, and arguably unnecessary in the
Yeah.
in what is a pretty dense episode.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So, Angie and Ellerby are talking about this law firm that's keeping them busy. Evidently, it's like bullshit, nothing cases, but it's keeping them.
It pays the bills.
Yeah, and so Ellerby's like, yeah, as long whatever. We keep getting paid, so it's fine. And they go into nights, being remodeled again.
Yeah.
And basically,
Has Ellerby bought it and now making it a chicken restaurant?
no, that dream's not there. No.
Unfortunately.
No, Donna's just like fixing up some of the little stuff. She's like, we did the big stuff. We got to accessorize now.
Yeah. She wants to add frills and shit.
Yeah.
Possibly literally motion figures.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't. It looked no different.
Yeah.
And most of the scenes at night took place outside anyway.
Also true.
And they're like, "Where's the Hoff?" And Donna's like, "Oh, he's at Sunset." And Angie's like, "What the fuck's Sunset?" And Ellerby's like, "Oh, that's his."
It's a surfing place.
Yeah, it's a surfing beach. And then we cut there, and Hoff and the lifeguard, the main the one who got there first, Eddie, yeah, that was his name. They're sitting, doing.
He really looks like Eddie, if you ask me.
Yeah, because he looks a lot like Eddie Cibrian. They look. It's like when you see them together, like, are they brothers? What's going on here?
Yeah.
They're doing a surfboard therapy session. They're both sitting on the
Yeah,
board.
they're just sitting on the
Yeah.
surfboard.
Yeah, they're not surfing at all. And
Talking about what happened.
yeah,
What is it? Eddie's super pissed off about it.
yeah, because
Understandably.
yeah.
Because he's like, I searched that boat and there wasn't a person in there, and then suddenly he appeared and he's like, I know I'm right.
yeah, he's like, this doesn't add up, and he's like, you got to help me. He's like, I'll hire you, and he's like, no, you don't have to hire me. I'll help you because I'm your friend.
That's not how you make money.
No,
It is a little weird.
yeah.
Ultimately. It's
Well, I mean, it's weird, but at the same time, like, at least Hoff, like, believes him, and if you believe somebody and he's your friend, it makes sense. But it's also weird that he let him get to that point. He's like, you gotta help me, I'll do anything. I'll give you money. He's like,
I'll suck you a dick.
He was waiting for it, and it wasn't coming. He was like, no, not for money.
Yeah. I want you to go down like that boat. So, yeah, he's just adamant that and so, they settle on, okay, Hoff's gonna help him. And then cut back to Ellerby and Angie meeting this guy from the law firm that's keeping him busy. But it's not official law firm business.
Personal business.
Yep, it's personal business. So we've already introduced one of the plots, and now we're introducing the second plot, the second case. Mm-hmm. In this one, the guy is saying that his wife's leaving him because he wanted kids and she doesn't. So they're splitting up. They've been separated for a while, but they're not divorced yet.
Yeah, they want to actually divorce.
Yeah, and then he's got a new girl. He's like, I guess you'd call her mistress, and he thinks that she wants to kill him. She had some connections to the mob before, and she's been acting weird.
Yeah, he's got it in his head that she wants to hire a hitman to murder her.
Yep. And so that's going to be like the second case, is this weird hitman hiring situation. And now it goes back to, they're not still on surfboards. They came back in from the beach, but it's Eddie and Hoff again. And Griff, they're at night. And Eddie tells them the story exactly how it happened from his perspective, where there was the fire, he pulled up, they were still on the boat when he was pulling up, and they were getting off, and the guy was like unloading like some life vests and stuff, throwing it in, and he basically it's almost recounting half of that cold open thing again, where it's like I went on, I looked.
Yeah, it doesn't add a lot of details.
No, it clarifies some of the stuff. But,
yeah, it shows a little bit before of what we saw.
Yeah,
but
so he recounts it from there, and then Hoff and Ellerby and Angie tag team, and it's still not clear it wasn't clear to me exactly why they decided to like trade cases a bit, where they handed off. I mean, it makes sense overall character-wise, but they don't explain it at all.
Yeah, it's a weird one where the little where their agency basically seems to just be lacking manpower for what they're trying to do.
Yeah, well, like ultimately it makes sense. All the stuff makes sense character-wise, but they don't explain that. So, and again, they didn't have a lot of viewers. So if you didn't have the background of the characters, then this trade-off would make almost no sense.
Yeah, it's just like, why did we even bother?
So yeah, Ellerby is like, I'll go talk to the police about this. Angie goes to the morgue because she had explained in one episode previously that she was in forensics before. Which, I barely remembered this, but I was like, oh yeah, she's in forensics. That's why she knows what she's doing here.
Right.
But it was explained one time. Yeah. We're the only motherfuckers who can keep up with this shit at this level now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the plan, is they're going to go do that.
Yeah, because in case you forgot, she's a detective lady.
Yeah. But also was in forensics when she was in the on the East Coast. And so Ellerby talking to the cops makes sense because he was a cop. And then her doing the forensic checkup makes sense because she was in forensics. And then Hoff is going to basically do the stakeout on the boat of the guy. So Ellerby has like a sweet fucking full-on spy kit for this. The boat's bugged. And
phone's bugged.
Yeah, and everything belongs to the guy who hired him. So he could legally do all this.
Right.
Because it's his
it's all his shit.
Yeah.
He can record his own shit.
Yeah. So, gives him the sweet spy case, and Hoff goes out on the stakeout. And then Eddie calls him. And he's like, "God damn it, Eddie! Why are you calling me? Just back off for a minute."
Yeah, he's real naggy in this episode.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you.
Well, I mean, he is basically on administrative leave because of this incident.
Right.
No.
So he's on.
And which is this guy? Is this the Dr. Phil looking guy? Or
No. This is the first.
This is the first
lifeguard
lifeguard
guy,
who showed
Who
up
was the
there.
first one on the scene who checked the boat.
Got it.
Yeah, he's just a generic basic.
Okay.
He looks he looks like he could be related to Griff.
Yeah.
As well. They look very similar.
Yeah.
What is it? Eddie's really annoying about it through the whole episode, and it's like he's not actually been punished in an actual way, but his boss apparently just said, just don't go to work for a bit.
Yeah, he's on like paid leave for like a week, and
Or maybe not.
well, no, I think they said something about.
Did they? I
Yeah.
don't remember if they said.
But he doesn't have to come in, but he's still. It's not like he's getting.
He's not getting reprimanded or anything.
Yeah.
But he's still real upset about this whole situation.
And so Angie's at the morgue, and the coroner guy is just a fucking real creep. So,
A creepy coroner.
yeah,
Who
Almost.
would have thought?
yeah, they really tried to play differently here. He's constantly just trying to hit on Angie, while she's scoping out the dead guy.
Yeah, he's constantly trying to impress her, basically.
There was a funny part here where she asked what was in his stomach. She's like checking out the dead body and talking to him, and she asked what was in the stomach. And I thought this was kind of funny that he's like, "Oh, he had lunch. It was a hot dog and chili fries." I was like, "How did he know it was a hot dog and chili fries and not a chili dog and French fries?"
Maybe he's better than he seems.
He could be. I mean, that.
Like like she's checking out the body to see if there's any evidence of foul play.
Yeah.
And of course he has.
Yeah, he's like so many bodies rolled through here. He's like, it's up to 100 a week, and it's like this guy, he's a fucking drowning victim. You know how many drowning victims we have here, and she tells him to check his lung for any carbon, basically any smoke damage.
Because she suspects that he was dead before the fire started.
Because he doesn't have any telltale signs of like,
Yeah.
he was unconscious when he drowned.
Yeah.
And so she's like, okay, this is already shady. And back at the steakhouse, the stakeout. The stakeout.
Back at the steakhouse.
Back at the steakhouse. Ellen, new prime rib.
Yeah.
I mean,
10 minutes, he's just devouring.
I mean, I'm sure he wishes that was the case. But no, back at the stakeout.
Yeah. At the Outback Steakhouse. Ellerby says there's no rules, just right. No, yeah, at the stakeout, the mistress, her name is Joy, by the way. She's on the boat. And Angie calls and explains the situation. Ellerby is like, yeah, there's no like real motives for any foul play. The police are checked in and everything seems fine on their end. But when Joy's she checks a couple messages on the boat, and then she gets a call, but she doesn't answer the call. She lets it ring, and that sends up Hoff's or it sets up Ellerby's spider sense. He's like, because they kind of traded off. Ellerby comes in, he's like, yeah, everything seems check out on my end, but Angie told Hoff doesn't on her end, and then they hit it off. Ellerby takes over the stakeout, and that's when the call happens.
Just walks in with a blue and and he's like, no, it's my turn to get the
Yeah. They tagged him one of those big porterhouses.
The worst part about it is that would totally be in character for Ellerby.
Absolutely.
It'd be like it's his turn for the steak to do the steakhouse. He just walks in with a blue and
Yeah. I mean, he was the one. He was the one who a few episodes earlier was explaining to Griff that you need food on a stakeout.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he was. Oh my god.
It fits character. So,
everyone knows the blooming onions are perfect stakeout food.
Nothing you want more for watching somebody for a long period of time than something deep fried.
It's like very large and hard to like put on your dash or anything.
Just
well,
sitting, they're in a hotel.
Yeah. And,
peeping on this woman on a boat.
Yeah.
Not creepy at all.
Yeah, and she looks like she's Donna's sister. Like, she's almost indistinguishable.
Yeah, true. She is another lookalike type person.
Yeah.
Side note: way too hot for the other guy.
Yeah.
The guy she's with.
Yeah. That guy. He looks familiar, but I don't know if I actually know him for anything, or he just looks like somebody else from other stuff.
I think it's that. I'm pretty sure it's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember who he looks like.
Damn. I can't think of the name.
I think of the guy, but I can't even think of what he's in. He's just a guy who shows up. He's one of those guys.
Yeah, he's not that guy, but he looks like that guy. That's what we're talking about, sort of.
He's so that guy that he's not even that guy.
Exactly.
He's the that guy that guy's that guy.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Great.
We're 2 steps removed.
Yeah. He's that guy and his mother side twice removed. So yeah, Hoff goes to pay a visit to the brother and sister. So they have this fucking huge ass beach mansion.
The brother and sister, by the way, who were in the boat fire.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because they were back to that case. Because again, they're doing this weird twin case thing. He pulls up. It's fucking huge. There's like a butler, and goes in, and it's like a party. It doesn't look like it's a wake or anything. It just seems like a fucking party. Because people aren't dressed in like black or anything. It's not one of those affairs. It just seems like a fucking party. And he talks to the sister a little bit. And then the brother pulls up, and they gave off bad guys in a ski movie vibe. Like,
yeah, seriously, really, like extremely much.
Yeah. Like, seriously, it was like, there's no other way to describe them.
Well, no, yeah, and even their henchman who gets involved later,
yeah,
is exactly that guy as well.
Yeah,
like they're all.
I call him Ponytail.
Yeah, he's got a ponytail. Or brony tail.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, it probably is different. I don't even.
So immediately when
brony tail, Hasselhoff is magic.
So as soon as Hoff starts talking to the sister, who was the dead guy's wife, she immediately, when he's like, "I'm a private investigator," and she's like, "Is this about the life insurance money?" It gets all
right. They're at sort of a party, by the way.
And he's like, "No," and he's like, "The lifeguard Eddie hired me," and she's like, "Oh, him," and again, bad, evil person from a ski movie,
and saying he's trash, basically.
Yeah, she's basically playing the part of Muffy, and then and then. I don't know what...
Muffy with a side of Karen.
Yeah. And then the brother, he even has the voice that's like... Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has that like...
It could be worse, but yeah. It's right there.
It's like that stereotypical rich guy, like, oh, voice. I can't even do it. But...
No, it's like the slightly more casual version of that. Like, he's not full on... He's not full on my word sort of thing. He's not full on what is it, the rich people, Gilligan's Island.
Oh yeah, Yeah, it's like the
Howell the
Yeah.
third.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Howells.
yeah. He's like coming off as like Howell the Fifth. Like
Yeah, he's like his grandson.
yeah,
So he's like a little
This
bit
is like-
more. He's a bit more casual, but you can tell.
yeah. Gilligan's Island, the next generation.
Right.
Ah, yes.
No Gilligan bot. And so the brother's like the sisters basically want to throw him out. So the brother's like, "Here, come on." And he's talking to him. He's like, "Oh, listen." He's like, "Maybe I can talk to some people." He basically called the dogs off this guy. I feel bad for him. He didn't really do anything. It's not his fault he sucks. Is basically what he.
Yeah, that is basically what he says. He's like, people fuck up.
Yeah.
Not everybody's a colossal fuck up sometimes.
Yeah. And so he asks if Hoff has a card, gets the card, and then as Hoff goes to get his car, the brother and sister basically do their evil monologue to each other.
Right.
It's like,
We gotta do something about that PI.
yeah. You told me this was gonna be easy. We could just kill your husband and take all the money. So they immediately, there's no mystery here as to what's going on. It's just a mystery of how it happened.
And the mystery of the subtext of whether they're taking all the money so that they can run off together.
Yeah. So then cuts back. Joy picks up phone, talks to this mysterious hitman guy. He's like, "I don't do business over the phone," and hangs up, and then she just starts fucking bawling.
Doesn't trust phones, I think.
Yeah.
Because steal your soul or something like that. It's very,
Seems legit.
very traditional hitman.
Yeah. And then cut
But yeah,
to
no, she
yeah.
just cries immediately.
Yeah. Cut to night. Hoff is talking to Lou. Lou Rawls is back.
Yeah.
He's hanging out there. It's like hanging out at his old place that he sold, but he's doing it. I don't
I
know.
was on contract for 2 more episodes.
Don't know if he has the Acura or not. We don't see the Acura.
Yeah, we don't see the car. So that theory is still up in the air.
Yeah, could be him, could be Destiny. One of them have the car. And
perhaps the car can only appear when they're both there.
They have to Wonder Twins it.
it's filed under
Existence.
hammers. Yeah. And Hoff's talking about this, situation, and Lou's like, basically tells him a story about how somebody got murdered over peas.
Right.
Bees or peas?
Peas,
Oh,
the vegetable. Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, his thing is like, people are fucking nuts,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
It was a Rosenberg game. You had to feed their people.
He's like,
Didn't take that negative 3 victory point token. You have to have them in the face.
Yeah. And so he's basically, shit don't make sense sometimes. And so now the inside, because they were like outside on like the patio area. Inside, they're talking over stuff, and the this Ponytail. It's Ponytail. That's who it is. Mm-hmm. He comes up and he's like, "Hey guys, are you from the detective agency upstairs?" And they're like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "I'm new in town working this case for somebody. I need somebody to show me around." And he's basically like, "I'll pay this exorbitant. I can't remember the exact amount of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah, fucking piles of money. I want to back up this money truck to you. All you gotta do is show me around for a while." And they're like, "No, fuck you. We know you're up to some shit."
Yeah, because they know he says he's working for those people.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, so they're like, okay, yeah, you're just trying to pay us.
Yeah, this is a conflict of interest. He's like, "That's all I need to know," and he just fucks off. And
Again, still bad guy at the ski
yeah,
slopes.
yeah,
Vibe.
yeah. He's Muffy and Biff's enforcer.
Right.
So, they hatch this plan where they're like, "All right, we're sure that they don't know. Joy doesn't know this hitman, like personally. So if we can scare the hitman off, intercept him, have Hoff pose as the hitman, we can get a confession.
Because Hoff's such a tough guy.
Yeah. We can get the confession, and then that'll be that. And so like, okay, cool, sounds like a plan. The split up. Hoff goes towards the GMC, gets jumped by like 3 Jamooks. They just kick his ass.
Yeah, this is a weird scene.
Yeah.
Too, because like literally, they're exiting Nights, him and Angie, and they're talking about what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they stop talking about what they're gonna do, and Angie goes to her car, and he goes to his, at least presumably.
Yeah.
And like 5 seconds later, he gets jumped by these guys.
Yeah, and they just beat the shit out of him.
They beat him up and push him through the fence next to Nights.
Yeah.
And so this is like in the middle of the parking lot. That's like, I don't know, 50 feet away from the door or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's people around.
Yeah. They're basically in Lou Rawls' parking spot, kicking his ass.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how nobody reacts to this.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's so confused because they haven't seen the Acura for a while.
It's true. Like, the fucking GMC's throwing me off.
Or they're just too. They're like, Lou's back. Oh my god.
Yeah, Lou. They're just all piled around Lou, and he's
Yeah, they're like
telling him stories about murders he witnessed.
They're hoisting him up on a chair. Like Lou. Meanwhile, Hoff just getting his ass kicked in the parking lot. So yeah, they straight up push him through the fence.
Yeah.
And put him on the beach.
Yeah. Yeah. He like comes back up, and then they pull a gun on him. And they're like, "Fuck, call it a night, buddy. Don't make this personal. This is just business. We're done here."
I do like that guy. Though.
Yeah. No.
That guy's pretty damn cool.
Yeah. No. These guys are way better than those Golden Girls villains.
Right? No, they're the best. They're the best representative of criminals so far in the show.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, dude, that was a job. We were paid to beat you up. We don't have to do more than that. Don't make us do more than that.
Yeah. Just take the L and walk away, buddy. So, the ski couple, they talk to the ponytail, and basically like, okay, yeah, that fuck didn't work.
Right. What is it? The ponytail guy is all talking to them in their little parlor.
Yeah.
Thing, and he's like, I mean, I tried to pay him off, and we beat him up, but I don't think that's gonna. He's already pretty sure that that's not gonna matter as far as what they're gonna do.
Yeah, and they're basically like, we gotta figure out a way to put an end to this, because if police look into this, they're gonna find out we've been skimming money off the corporation.
Right. That's apparently what's been going on.
Yeah.
Is that the two of them have been stealing from the corporation.
Yeah.
That they all work for with the lady's husband.
Yeah.
Got it.
And that was the other thing is
Then they get into a big fight.
the other thing I forgot is that they had been talking about the dive they were planning on doing when the guy walked up.
Right.
Hoff and Griff are gonna go dive down to the wreck and check it out.
Look for any clues of.
Yeah, Griff's a photographer, and also he's like, "Are you certified?" It's like, "Yeah." So they can go dive down there, take pictures, figure out if they can see anything suspicious on the boat wreck. So Ponytail tells the ski couple this, and so obviously something's gonna happen with that.
And yeah, they have a big fight while that's going on too. Like they talk about like, what is it? The Biff, as he's now named, gets super mad at Muffy for basically treating her husband like shit, more or less.
And
because they kept him in the dark about this whole thing, and when he found out about it, like I think the implication at least is that he wanted to get in on it,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't want to, and so their alternative was killing him. And she offered him money to to keep him quiet. But Biff's like, you didn't offer him enough money, and it was too late to offer him this money. You just because apparently she just treated him like crap and pushed him around and treated him like.
But but it's the husband, right?
Right, it's her husband.
So he's like, the husband wants to get into the deal with his wife?
Yes. He's not part of it, apparently.
Yeah. I don't know why. Yeah, it doesn't. It's weird.
It's possible. It's possible that they were already doing that before they were married, I guess. But I don't. The details of that aren't clear. Really.
Yeah.
They don't really say.
Yeah.
But he wasn't part. He wasn't part of the whole skimming the money off the top thing. But he learned about it, I guess, and wanted to get involved. But then,
she wasn't aware what marriage meant, and that.
Well, she apparently also doesn't give a crap about the whole not stealing thing either. So whatever. So yeah, it's basically he's like, I should have left you on that boat.
Yeah, he does say that.
Is the thing he says. Buffy.
He does. Yeah.
Biff says to Buffy.
Yeah. He does say it should have been you I left on that boat.
Right. Yeah, he's real pissed at his sister.
Yeah, it goes full on walk hard. The wrong kid died.
Yeah, really.
So then it goes to Hoff and Griff at the boat. They're diving. Hoff is like pointing out stuff for Griff to take pictures of, basically.
Every time they go into the boat, by the way, they make a point to go into the little bathroom.
Yeah, they always say the bathroom is checked every time.
They check it every time. They take a picture every time. The camera goes through it every time.
It was also brought up when Eddie was recalling the story to Hoff. Hoff's like, "You checked the head, right?" He's like, "Yeah, I checked the head."
I mean, to be fair, it's like the only place
I know.
that they could be.
Yeah.
Again, it's a small boat. It's basically there and the bathroom.
Yeah.
And, off the boat.
Yeah. So he's like pointing out some stuff. You see like there's like a locker thing that's kind of open. But they're not explaining everything right now.
Right. Because they're underwater.
Yeah.
They're just kind of pointing at things.
Yeah, but Hoff's onto some shit. And then this is the another time where like Hoff's SEAL training seems to come into play, because he's like, oh, fucking look, there's another boat up there. And so they swim out a ways before they surface. They're like, oh, fucking look at that shit. So he does some little hand motions. They surface, and he's like, they see it's the Jamooks again. And they're like poking around in the boat, and so Griff's like, what do we do? Hoff's like, all right, we just go down under again. We swim out a couple hundred yards. We get back to the shore. And so they just fucking sneak off, leave a boat out there.
Apparently.
Yeah. So they skirt any real issue there, but they get back at night. They have another little outside conference on the patio, and Hoff explains everything he saw. He's like, okay, there was these lines were cut, fuel lines were cut, and the boat was flooded purposefully. I can't remember how they flooded the boat.
I don't remember either.
And they threw the body of the guy in the locker, and the locker had a little float on it on the latch. So when the boat went under, the latch opened up.
Like one of the little treasure chests in an aquarium.
Kind of, yeah.
Basically, yes. Yes, but with a corpse.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the diver is.
Is that the next step of your goldfish pond out there? The chest with the dead guy in it?
So for Christmas, Heather got me a bag of little plastic goldfish. She goes, these ones don't die when you put them in there.
Now you just need a little foot locker and the classic fish float out. So, Hoff figured out everything. And
they're like, is this like enough evidence to do anything with? And he's just like, We can give it to the cops. They'll figure out the rest. It's enough to make Eddie look like he's not a fuck up.
Yeah. And then Lou Rawls shows up again. He's like, all right, fucking bad news. Eddie saw the pictures. He knows that there's foul play, and now he went over to fucking Muffy and Biff's place. And I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta take care of this. And they're like, wait, no, you're part of the plan for the Hitman thing. And he's like, fuck, he's gone. And so they're like, all right, I guess you're the new Hoff, Lou.
Yeah. Now Lou has to be the hitman.
All right.
So Hoff heads out to their place, and Lou and Ellerby pose as like co-hitmen.
Yeah, it's a little weird that they're both there.
I don't know why Ellerby just can't take point on this one.
Yeah, it's weird. Again, there's no reason for Lou to be there.
It was in his contract.
Even Lou's like, what do I fucking do here? And they're like, just fucking follow my lead.
Yeah, there's just really no reason for Lou to be there.
Yeah. So they come up behind Joy. She's like waiting there to meet this guy. They do the thing where they just talk behind her and she doesn't turn around.
Right.
And turns out that she was trying to hire... She wants to just give them money, the hitman money, just to forget about the whole situation. I'm sorry, I changed my mind. I just want to give you some money for your time. I don't want anything to happen. And it turns out that she was trying to hire a hitman to kill the wife of the lawyer guy because she's just a total
apparently
bitch.
A bitch.
Yeah.
By the way, I did a little look up. The lawyer looks a little bit like Al Franken.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not quite, but a little bit.
He looks like the guy from Beaker's World.
Yeah, also true.
Beaker's World or Beekman's World?
Beekman's World.
Yeah.
Beaker's World is a very different thing.
Yeah, pretty accurate. Pretty much cross. Beekman World.
Yeah.
Beekman World. That guy and Al Franken can do the fusion dance, and then back.
Yeah, and then Beaker's at Outback Steakhouse.
And then Beaker's at out. Yeah, that's right.
Just Beaker with a bloomin' onion.
Yeah.
Beaker and Bunsen are at. Thank you, Al.
So and then the real hitman shows up, and Ellerby just fucking punches him, and he just flies off of a balcony.
He just fucking punches him out of nowhere.
Yeah,
It's like, I almost
one
feel
hitter
bad-
quitter.
I feel kind of bad for the hitman, honestly.
Yeah, he's like, who the fuck are you? They're just like, bam. Only thing missing was
they're like on some weird dock thing too.
yeah, it's,
So he like falls off of it too.
yeah. The only thing missing is Wilhelm scream.
Right.
Yeah. And then Eddie shows up at the mansion. Starts knocking on the door.
Oh, that's it. By the way, basically.
Yeah, that's the end of that plot.
The
lawyer guy like runs up and he's like, "Yeah, you love me."
Oh yeah. By the way, yeah. He's like, no, I want. She's like, no, I wanted to kill the wife, but I don't really want to go through it anymore. But you know, she loves Al Franken guy.
Yeah. Al Beekman.
Al Beekman.
Al Beekman.
Al Beekman. There you go. She loves Al Beekman guy, and then he's super excited that she doesn't want to murder him actually.
Yeah.
And they start making out
Yeah.
and thing, and that's it.
Yeah.
And plot resolved.
Yeah. And Lou Rawls tells Ellerby, he's like, "I knew you'd make a good hitman."
It's like, yeah, really? Okay. Did you
Yeah,
just kill that guy?
Yeah.
Dude could have died.
Yeah, he probably did.
Freeze frame and our world.
Yeah. And so Eddie's like pounding on the door, and they're like the ski couple.
The ski trio.
Yeah. They're talking to Ponytail. They're like, you gotta stop him. You gotta keep him busy. Well, we get the fuck out of here. And he's like, how much latitude do I have on this? And they're like, do whatever the fuck it takes. And he's like, so murder him. Got it.
Yeah, it's real extreme.
Yeah. So they fucking cheese it. And then I love this Ponytail has a sense of irony. Because his method,
Yeah, it's true.
His immediately grabs.
He opens the door and invites him in.
Yeah.
Says, "Oh, they're over this way," and leads him over to the pool.
Yeah,
where he
just
tries
fucking
to
just
drown
grabs
him.
him, drown the lifeguard. Just,
He just immediately tries to drown the lifeguard in
Yeah.
the pool.
How? Solving the problem.
yeah,
Solving
pretty
the
much.
problem.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you think this isn't going to come back to you?
Yeah. So Hoff pulls up, kind of scares the guy off. Guy fucking sees Hoff coming, gets up and runs. Hoff chases him.
He knows a Navy SEAL when he sees one.
Yep. He's like, I'm too near water. This is a problem. So he fucking just starts running. Hoff chases him. He like jumps off like a little short balcony. He runs down to the beach. Hoff kind of cuts him off. Does a big jumping tackle. Beats the shit out of Ponytail.
It does it kind of funny jumping tackle.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's like
he just sort of just rams his chest into his side.
He starts beating up Ponytail. Ponytail hits him with the pocket sand maneuver.
Yeah, but they're on the beach now.
Yeah.
This is Hoff's territory.
Yeah.
So,
So-
he wrecks his shit.
Yeah, but then as he tries to run away, he flees towards the water, which is the fatal mistake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And then Hoff quickly finishes him off from there.
Easily the most savage beating he has given to somebody who isn't a woman.
He's been leveling up, though.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
You get enough experience. You have to grind on the women first.
Yeah.
You have to
In
kill
multiple ways.
You gotta kill those boars.
Yeah, and survive battles against bike whisters. Still my favorite one.
It's real good.
So, we have like a little wrap-up scene at night. Again, outside. They haven't been inside since the remodel. They were one time, but
Yeah, but it was like while it was happening, so.
no, there was.
Oh wait, no, you're right.
During
You're
the
right.
bribe thing. But anyway, wrap up the scene. Hoff is explaining, this is, they're under indictment, and, you're all in the clear, kid. And so then everybody starts breaking off in their own separate directions. LB's got a date. He's going to go to a steakhouse. Eddie...
It would be really funny if he was actually going to steak.
Eddie, he's just fucking wore out because he almost drowned. He's like, I gotta sleep this one off.
We're going for blooming onions.
He's been wired the whole time because he's a real hothead.
Yeah.
The whole episode.
Yeah. So he's like, I gotta sleep for like fucking 4 days.
Well, he got cooled off.
Griff is like, I have a whole fucking gaggle of models upstairs. They don't explain that anymore. They're just like, he's got models.
Model airplanes.
Could be. That'd be a very funny twist. But.
It would be. He did say 7 models. I think he said hot models, but I mean,
Temperature. He could have little fans on them to help the glue dry.
Yeah, you don't know.
Nah.
And so now it's just Angie and Hoff. And Angie's like, well, what now? She said that, then everybody's like, oh, I got fucking shit to do, and everybody split off. And then Hoff's like, we go surfing. And Angie's like, basically trying to come up with excuses why she didn't want to go surfing. She's like, I don't have a swimsuit, and other stuff. I don't have a board. Hoff's like, I can get this shit. We're at a fucking beach. Beat up somebody and take it.
We're at a beach and I'm the Hoff.
Yeah. And so then Donna kind of sees this situation, and Donna's expression, she handles this like she's rescuing Angie from a date rape. She gets a really worried look on her face, and then turns around and dials the number for the cell phone. And so then Angie picks it up. I'm like, yes, we are a detective agency. We do detective agency things. Yes, right away, of course.
I will meet you and we will discuss detective agency precisely.
Yeah. And then she gets up and, hurries off. Hoff's like, wait a minute. And then, she turns around, not hiding it from Hoff, and, mouths thank you to Donna, while Hoff is looking at her.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's real disrespectful. She's like, He could easily catch her.
Come back.
Yeah, and that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, and he basically just looks at her and looks at Donna, and they're just like,
Yep.
eat shit, Hoff.
All right.
So once again, like we said before, this was a fucking dense episode.
But does dense mean good?
It's an episode. It's more than can be said for a lot of the episodes. like we were saying,
It's more than just a repeating set of flashing images.
Don't you talk about Blues Boy that way?
those images don't even flash.
That's true.
They're more dully fading.
They're just still images of BB King taken from video and superimposed on a poster.
But yeah, it's like they do character stuff in the episode where we were talking about before, how all the character decisions made sense. Where it's like, oh yeah, LOB would talk to the cops and Angie would do the forensic stuff and Hoff would do the other thing.
Yeah.
And like the characters' motivations at least sort of make sense. The weird money laundering or whatever the hell they're doing.
But does making it more like a real show, is that more of a detriment, or is it?
The big problem with the episode is that it didn't need to have both the plots going on, really.
Yeah.
Like both of the plots are too big for that one episode.
Yeah. And so there's just scenes where they're just like, okay, this is happening over here, what's happening over there? Okay, the fucking switch places again. And this weird trade-off thing kept happening.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, they've done it before where they're like, okay, we're just gonna have two cases going on at once, and before they would just parallel, and this one at least crosses back and forth a couple of times. They're much more competent now as in their jobs. Like previously, They didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah. It's similar to the last episode in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In that.
So what did we give the last episode? Was that one like 6 something?
They're all bunching up right in that fucking area now. Is the thing, because they're all kind of just episodes now.
Yeah, it's just kind of a show now and not a ridiculous farce.
Yeah. So like episode 13 is 5.82. Episode 11 is 5.55 repeating. So it's like they're floating around right in this fucking area.
Like I feel it's worse than the last episode, just from lack of Geraldo.
It is true.
That is true. Geraldo got like 0.3 points just for
Geraldo, like the Geraldo. I didn't know that. That hang
it was so
moment.
perfect.
It was it was better than any moment in this episode. That is 100% true. This episode, I think.
Yeah, see, that's part of it. Is that because it was so busy, it didn't have time to hang on the inherent sort of silliness that Baywatch in general does. Whereas the previous one sort of did.
Yeah. This one, the plot made more sense.
Yeah.
There like the only vagueness was vagueness that didn't need to be clarified. Like
what exactly was the business?
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. Nobody cared about that. And
They're stealing money from the company, and they killed their husband, and wife killed her husband.
There wasn't a weird 3-minute musical interlude in the middle of it.
No.
There wasn't a guy playing saxophone on a fire escape and somebody got beat with a baseball bat or anything.
No bike wizards, no angry Swedes.
5.25?
I mean, I think it's better than episode 1, which was the 5 even.
Do we?
What's the one above it at 5.25?
That would
5.25 is right above. It's right between
episode 1 and episode
1
11.
and episode 11.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that's about right.
I mean, that's certainly that's certainly pretty close. I think you're. I'd be fine with that. I think that's okay.
This is what, 13?
14.
Yeah.
14.
The names are way more dull now, though.
It's true.
It's like this one was called Backup.
Yeah, the last one was Payback.
Yeah.
Beep, beep.
Payback up.
Oh, that's where Beaker came in.
They even seemed that those two titles even near each other. They just looked like the same thing. So yeah, it was nice to see Lou again, though.
Yeah, that's a plus.
He actually did stuff in this episode as opposed to just playing music. That's all he ever did before, really.
Yeah. He did more stuff in this episode than most others.
All right, so we're getting close to the final stretch here.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Because there's 22 episodes, and we're going to be on 15, which has a longer name.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, this one called Thief in the Night.
What do I think that's about?
Yes,
I mean, besides a thief, probably in the night for day. Yeah, that's basically all I can think about is for that one. There's a thief, and then it's at night, but it's shadowed for day.
I mean, it's not the description, but it sounds fairly accurate. Any guesses, Marty?
Thief in the Night?
Thief in the Night.
Like, maybe what are they thieving?
I mean, they're in a detective agency. That sounds like the most generic thing ever.
Yeah. So to expand on this, the description on Wikipedia is 6 words long.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yep. Mitch falls for cat burglar.
Ah, I should have guessed.
Yeah. So this is the Catwoman situation.
The Catwoman situation.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Hoff tries to be Batman in this episode, I'm guessing.
Or, yeah.
Yep. Let's see here. This is directed by the same guy who directed this episode.
Baywatch Batman.
And
Just
it
Batman
was
with swim
Len
trunks and his
Jansen, the guy who wrote Payback, wrote this one. He also did the teleplay for Kind of a Drag.
Batman?
Or just a Speedo with a utility
And
belt.
also just a
Utility
gigolo.
Speedo.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy, I mean, the writer has worked on some decent episodes. He did the teleplay for Kind of a Drag. He worked on Pressure Cooker, but lots of people worked on Pressure Cooker. He did, again, teleplay for Just a Gigolo. This is the first time that he's getting sole writing credit, but he's been around.
The question is whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Usually, it sounds like he did a lot of the dialogue stuff before, because he's got a lot of teleplays, but not story by before. And I'm trying to remember.
Because everyone knows the dialogue is the strong point of this series.
I even though it was always terrible, I miss the the noir narrations.
Yeah, it is.
They drove off in the Acura.
Yeah. I don't know. There was something to it.
It was like, before it was a cheesy noir, like tongue-in-cheek noir, where everybody's a fuck-up. And now it's just a show about a detective agency.
Yeah.
That is closely tied to Baywatch for inexplicable reasons.
Well, as the red letter media guys say, there's nothing worse than in the middle. You need to be either really good or really bad. It's that in the middle mediocre that's...
Oh. The bad thing was, it was starting to make some progress on stuff, and then it hit that mid-season fucking break, and that mid-season break just ruined everything. Well, I can't say that, because Blues Boy was pretty close, but I think Blues Boy is what killed the show, honestly.
Yeah, I could see that.
That was like the second to last episode of the first half of the season.
They know what they did.
Yeah. Yeah, that one really hurt. I mean, the episode after it was kind of a drag, which was a fairly good episode overall.
Yeah, no.
But it might have been filmed out of sequence.
But it was just like, then they took that little break, and then they came back from the break as a much blander show. And the next time they take a break, they come back as a supernatural show. And then I don't know if there's a mid-season break in that.
I'll wait for if the mid-season break in that season would be funny, because it becomes much more grounded, but still has Wolfman or whatever. The creature from the Black Lagoon.
I mean, there is a mid-season break that happens.
It just depends if the one before that is another Blues Boy.
Or just either one of the few episodes before it. It's just,
yeah,
you hit a Blues Boy, you can't recover. It's the problem.
Fucks you up good.
Yeah. So episode 15 to 22, we're getting close to the end of season 1. Mm-hmm. It never felt like we'd make it out alive.
No. Just think, you're this much closer to Viper.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
How many episodes is Viper anyway?
I don't know. I don't know.
It can't be more than 2 seasons.
It might be.
I think I looked this up before, but...
Viper ran for 287.
4 seasons.
It's got 4 seasons.
Fuck.
78 episodes.
See, you can do anything, kids, when you put
your mind to it. And you dodge Viper.
If Len Kavizinski can do it, and if whoever made Viper can do it, you know you can do it.
Goddamn, Nightman lasted 44 episodes? Jesus, fuck. Everything got a second season back then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. That's the beauty of this, Cliff.
What's sad is, not only is it that many episodes, but during syndication, they had summers off. This was years. They had years to think about this being an issue. This isn't like Japan, where they like take out a thing and then they always have new stuff. No. They would hit reruns.
Oh, Thunder in Paradise only got 1 season.
Fucking Space Above and Beyond only got 1 season. Viper has 4. What is it?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure that Viper had a fucking budget of a camcorder. And they actually got money from Dodge to do it.
True. Between the funding and the budget, I'm sure they could stretch that out a lot further.
See, I feel
if they had Toyota Corollas with wings on them instead of whatever their car was, Space Above and Beyond would still be on.
What was it? Right, that was the other one I was looking for.
I feel like Thunder in Paradise is the natural bridge between Baywatch Nights and Viper.
No, you're right. You're right. Roller Coaster had 3.
What about Nightman?
Nightman had 2. It's 44 episodes.
44. All right.
Nightman seems like a follow-up to Viper.
No, that does seem like a very good transition.
Nightman is fucking, is Plymouth Prowler. Check out this RC Nightman and his RC Plymouth Prowler.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's where it's at. That's it.
The shittiest Batmobile ever.
I love how when you look at search for Nightman, if you search for like Nightman, you find mostly stuff from the show, but also the stuff from
Always Sunny.
Always Sunny.
I would like a shot-for-shot remake of the Nightman TV show, but with just Mac in the Nightman costume from Always Sunny. The eyeliner with the one red laser eye.
That would be a look, that's for sure.
Yeah.
How many episodes did Mantis get?
Fucking hell if I know.
I need to look up how many episodes the Sentinel got, too. That was a fucking shitty show.
Oh god, 22. No, one episode or one season.
I think I remember watching a couple episodes of that. And it seemed okay. Comparatively. I mean, everything got syndicated back then.
Yeah.
What, the Sentinel?
What? Mantis.
Mantis, yes. The fucking Sentinel.
Cleopatra 2525, 2 seasons, but only 28 episodes. So get in, you get out on that one.
That's how they like it. They know what they're about. Don't look at me like that.
Oh boy, this is the top of my Google bar now is like related to Mantis and Nightman. What is Automan?
You're never gonna get that filth out of your computer, your phone now.
Okay, no, this looks fucking awesome. We have to watch Automan. It's like a 1983 series that looks like Tron.
All right, I gotta see this.
It's got 13 episodes. It's nothing.
All right. I want to hear you talk about Automan now. I don't know if I want to watch it, but I'll hear you talk about it.
I mean, that is the basis of this show.
Automan was just them going, Tron is popular.
Right. That's what everybody was thinking, is Tron was popular.
And so that transitioned into Manimal, I assume.
What about that Beastmaster TV show?
I watch more of that show than I care to admit.
66 episodes of that.
Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah. I do seem to remember something about that.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was the...
Hilariously, so many of its archetypes fall into like D&D and stuff.
I mean, the first Beastmaster movie was amazing.
I think I remember.
There's 35 episodes of Sheena.
I think I remember seeing that.
Now, granted, that's from me remembering it when I was 8 years old. I haven't seen it in like 30 years, so.
Well, I remember seeing it, and I remember seeing it probably on the same channel that played reruns of Beastmaster, which was probably Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing it just like randomly. They just, here, watch Beastmaster, asshole.
Yeah.
Basically. And I was like, sure, I'll watch Beastmaster. Like, okay, it's a movie.
There's 66 episodes of Relic Hunter. Mm-hmm. That show is Canadian, evidently. I don't remember that much maple syrup in it, but...
God, what's the name of that actor?
To be fair, it's hard to see the maple syrup when it's occupied elsewhere.
It's all they use for hair product in that show.
Rip Torn. And Rip Torn is the evil cultist leader.
Right.
Beastmaster.
Because it was Mark Singer was
The hilarious thing to me is that like 50% of the time when you say Rip Torn, I picture Rip Torn, and the other 50% of the time I picture Rip Taylor.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
I can see that.
I mean, yeah.
Though that is a much better movie, honestly. You just Rip Taylor is an evil cultist. He's
Yeah.
just that
I don't
confetti.
know.
Yeah.
Let's go do that sacrifices!
Yeah. In fact, I want Rip Taylor as Pulse of Doom, too.
Crucify him on the tree of woe!
It's way better.
I'm not sure about
It's
him.
just,
I'm not sure about him saying.
just a snake with a toupee.
I'm not sure about him saying steel is strong, boy. Flesh is strong.
That was in my younger days.
Okay, so the two remakes we need. Shot for shot remake of Nightman.
Starring.
Rob McElhenney
Yeah.
as Nightman. The other one is shot for shot remake. Conan the Rip
Being played by Rip Taylor.